thank you all very much for coming out for our final concert of the year. All of these students you're about to see, not just the ones on stage, okay? But we have another band class, a chorus, and a guitar class. They've all been working really hard, and so we'd like to show off what more we've learned and play some good music for you. I'd like to begin, as always, by thanking the people that make such things like this possible, because it's not just by accident, and if there's not people behind it to support it, this does not happen. I'd like to begin with our superintendent, Dr. Rick Surensey, for all of his very active support in all of the arts. I'd like to thank him and his administration, our own administration here, Mr. Helms, our principal, our on-site assistant principals, and I see Mr. Thompson is here tonight. Thank you so much. How about a hand for Mr. Thompson? And our other on-site assistant principal, Ms. Reed. They're always very helpful in the entire faculty and staff. But most importantly, the parents and guardians, people that support this activity, maybe buying instruments, getting the instruments, extra rehearsals, nagging them to practice, although you need to do a better job of that. Nag them a little bit more, please, if you would. I'm just kidding. They're sounding great. But thank you for your support. One of the things I do with my guitar classes is and maybe I'll start doing this with my wind classes, just we haven't worked that in yet, but with my guitar classes, I open up an opportunity for soloists or duets to play pieces. Well, one of our students took it upon herself to not only learn, but actually handwrite out the music you're about to hear, which is our Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem. So, of course, the most appropriate place for that piece to be played, I believe, is at the beginning of our concert. So, Miss Ariana Drake, how about a hand for Miss Ariana Drake? If you would all please join me in standing for the playing of our national anthem. Wait 1 sec. Probably don't really need a microphone, but since I got it, I use it. Might even sing a song or two.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe not. So we're going to begin our band portion. This is my fourth period band, which is overwhelmingly 7th grade, though we do have a few 8th graders in it, and I may introduce you to them here in just a little bit. But as we talked about in other concerts, we're not really divided by level this year. Just coming out of COVID, that wasn't really a possibility, but we're looking to maybe get back to doing that next year. But this is overwhelmingly a 7th grade band, and we're going to begin with a march entitled Regal March. Thank you very much. We're only going to play one more tune. This time of year is very busy, but as I'm sure you heard, lots of testing and things going on, so rehearsals get interrupted. But we were able to learn a couple of pieces, so we're going to do one more for you. But like I said, though, we only have a couple of 8th graders that are going to be moving up, I hope, better, be joining the senior high band next year. So if our 8th graders would please stand and be recognized. How about a hand for our 8th graders? Olivia McCoy, Yard Springs, David Burrows. Thank you all for your leadership. Looking forward to great things from you up there in the senior high. You may have a seat. We also had an awards ceremony today, and we all, us teachers, get to highlight the special accomplishments, the extra effort. All of these kids are working really hard, but we'd like to just signify a couple of really special efforts that happened. So I picked out 2 of our upper brass, or of our brass, and 2 of our woodwinds that I thought just really exemplified extra effort. So if those 4 people would please stand and be recognized. How about a hand for these students? These are most outstanding woodwind and most outstanding brass. They just happen to all be sitting next to each other. Thank you very much. So this next piece is the most challenging piece by far, and which is what I wanted to do this time of year, is try to challenge these guys, push them a little bit. So even as late as, Friday and today, because we had some people out, but hey, like everything else in the world, next person up. Not always sure this is going to come off, but I think it's going to sound great tonight. And then when we're done, we are going to leave the stage, and the chorus is going to come just right up here in front of the stage and perform for you. This is Festivo Fantastico.
I'm ready to start. I got this, okay.
Finish strong, guys. Finish strong. Start finish strong. Let me get B flat, please. Play that tongue.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with our junior high chorus. Thank you for being here. I'd also like to echo the thanks that Mr. Hartley had with our superintendent, Rick Cerency, and our principal, Brian Helms. Mr. Thompson, thank you for being here. Okay, and of course, parents, thank you for everything that you do supporting the music programs in the school through your taking kids here, late night concerts and everything, and everything you do. So let's give the parents a round of applause, please. So we have 3 songs for you tonight, and if you've been to one of the chorus concerts, you know one of them's going to be a Gloria. That's right, okay? So we're going to start with our Gloria. This one's entitled Gloria in Excelsis Deo, so it's the long version, but it's a much shorter song, so we hope you enjoy it.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Et intera pars Dominibus, bone voluntatis. Et intera pars Dominibus, bone voluntatis. Et intera pars Dominibus, bone voluntatis. Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis, Gloria, Gloria, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
That one gets right to the point, so. The next one we're going to do is an oldie, and I know we've heard this plenty of times. Lion King, you seen Lion King? Okay. All right, well, of course, this came out before the Lion King, but a lot of the younger people know it because of Lion King. This is the Lion Sleeps Tonight. Here we go. Yeah, you guys got to move. Great. Good job.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, wing away. Oh, wing away. In the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight. In the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, wing away. Oh, wing away.
before we end with our portion of the concert, I would also like to recognize some students that we gave out some awards to. I gave 2 awards for outstanding vocalists. Unfortunately, one of them is not here tonight, but the other one is here, and that goes to Kaylee Island. So you see them switching around different groups. What I try to do at this level, normally at the senior high level, we have soprano, alto, baritone, sometimes we have bass. Right now we have just different groups so they get experience singing at all the different levels. So that's why you see them moving around after each piece. The last piece we're going to do for you is a song from The Sound of Music. How many of you have seen The Sound of Music? Okay? Oh, we need more hands than that. Okay? It's one of the great American musicals, and I make all my courses watch it because you probably wouldn't see it otherwise. Rodgers and Hammerstein, fantastic duo there. They do a lot of great musicals. Okay, but I think you've probably heard this song, whether or not you've seen this movie. This is Do, Re, Mi. So you might recognize it after we start singing it. We hope you enjoy the junior high concert. Thank you for being here. Here's Do, Re, Mi. Okay, you're going to start quickly, right?
Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. You begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi. The first 3 notes just happen to be Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. A note to follow, so.
Chorus. Thank you very much. So this is the 7th period band, and as Mr. Hartley was explaining earlier, with how the past couple of years have been with COVID, we've had students learning at home and at school and everything, so the bands are set up a little bit differently. We have an interesting mix. If you are 7th grade, please stand up. Okay, so 3, so I got mostly, yeah. Okay, 8th graders, stand up, please. All right. Okay. And then, if this was your first year in band, stand up, please. Okay, so we have interesting mix here. And normally they start beginning band, then they go to an intermediate concert or symphonic band setting. So the way the scheduling worked out this year, we have both new students and returning students, which makes for an interesting dynamic of what we do. We're going to play 3 pieces for you tonight. The first piece is entitled Newcastle Overture. Now, on the first 2 pieces that we do play, I do want to kind of highlight them. I've been out a little bit more than I like to be. My father-in-law has had issues. I'm not going to get into that, but I've been out helping him. And they have pretty much learned these songs on their own, which to me, that is an accomplishment in itself, because they're using their skills to read music and the skills of playing their instruments. They're 2 different skills. We have a lot of people, you've seen famous musicians that can play fantastic stuff, can't read a lick of music. It is 2 different skills. And for our, can't think of the word, help me out, Mr. Hartley. Our neck of the woods is what I'm going to say. Instrumentalists that like winds and everything, reading music is almost essential to learning music. I equate reading music to a set of instructions. If you ever put anything together from IKEA without instructions, you know what I'm talking about, okay? This is what they did. So they did all of this on their own, especially this song that we're going to play for you entitled Newcastle Overture.
No.
piece we're going to play is from a famous symphony from Dvorak. It's from Dvorak's Ninth Symphony, and it is the melody from the second movement entitled Going Home. This piece in particular I picked because I wanted to showcase kind of the musicality of the group, and I gave this to them, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And they looked at me like, you're giving us music 2 weeks before the concert? Are you crazy? Yes, I'm crazy, but I knew that they could do it. It's not technically difficult, but musically it has some more mature expectations. This is entitled Going Home from the second movement of the Ninth Symphony of Dvorak. They get mad at me because I use a different name every time, so I wanted to use all of them this time. Did I miss any?
You missed Largo.
Oh,
Yeah,
and it's Largo also. So I'd also like to recognize these students that received an award for outstanding musicianship, either in brass percussion or woodwinds. If you would please stand up. Okay. So the final piece we're going to play for you tonight, they actually asked to play this, what was it like, at the somewhere towards the beginning of the year. And I said, it's not as easy as you think it is. It's pretty complex, but I know I could find something. If we get to a certain level, there's something out there for you. And we got to that level, and they've been working hard, and they're a little nervous because it is still a beast, and I know you know this. This is entitled Highlights from the Star Wars Saga. So we're going to play a little snippet of a bunch of the different songs from the Star Wars movies. We hope you enjoy. Thank you for being here. Here we go. Junior High 7th Period Band. Thank you.
Thank you for your patience during our transition and me trying to figure out the sound system. I think we're ready to go. On stage is the Interlochen Junior High School Guitar Ensemble. And we'd like to show off what we've learned since the last time we saw you back in March. When we saw you back in March, I think we left off, one of the things that we did was a piece called Hitting on All Six. We had just learned all the major notes across all 6 strings. Well, we're going to kind of continue that thought, but this is going to be a little bit more intricate. And this first thing we're going to play for you, it's really just a daily scale study, but hopefully you'll be impressed how much they've grown from hitting on all 6 to this. This is a daily scale study. Go ahead and come up to strings up. The phrase for tonight is do not rush. Do not rush. 1 and 2 and 3 and very good, very good. As I talked about earlier, I'd like to give opportunity for individuals or small ensembles to perform, and I had a couple, well, of my non-advanced players, they don't really have a choice, but for my non-advanced players, I just throw it out to them, hey, this is an option, and I had, well, you already heard from one earlier today, Miss Ariana Drake, and you're about to hear from another one. This is going to be Mr. Michael Lindemann, who you also just heard performing a wonderful trumpets in the previous band. How about a hand for Michael? Play a little something. You hear that okay? Yeah. All right.
Hi, Michael.
No? You need louder? No. I heard a no. All right. This is a song entitled Lament by Melbank. Michael Lindemann. We're going to come back to the full ensemble playing, and this next song is kind of a continuation of the daily scale study, but now we've started, another thing we started doing at about the time you saw us last March was starting to learn chords, so we're now interjecting chords into single line melodies. This is entitled Running Along, Running Around. It's running somewhere. Please go to strings up. Remember the motto of the night, don't rush. Also be respectful to our soloists. One and two, ready, Well, we just heard from some of our volunteer soloists, and then you get to hear from some of our voluntold. You're about to hear from what? Oh, give me that. One of our advanced students. My advanced students have been they're finishing up their 3rd year with me. So these guys, if nothing else, win the Perseverance Award for sticking around with me. And in spite of me, they've gotten pretty darn good. So this is going to be Annabelle Geddes on, what are you playing? Morning Song. That's right. Here, no, I'll stick it. Let's go this way. Can you move your stand for just a little bit? Awesome. Play a little something. Can you hear that okay? Annabelle Geddes, Morning Song. Annabelle Geddes. All right, continuing on for the full group. I already mentioned we started playing the chords. So this is actually a progression of learning different types of accompaniment styles. So the first, you're actually going to hear 3 little segments. One is being able to play a bass note of a, in this case, a C chord, and an F chord, and a G7 chord, and then back to C. Then something called alternating bass voices, where they're actually playing the same chords, but they're going from what's known as the 1 and to the 5. So they're going to start playing 2 bass notes for each chord, and then they're going to do the same thing, but they're going to do it in 3-4 times. This is a whole cycle of accompaniment styles. Go to strings up. Don't rush. 1, you're going to hear from our other advanced player who has been with me for 3 years. This is Emma Rivera. So you heard morning song. Well, she's going to answer with evening song.
Night song.
Night song. Had something to do with the evening. Play a little bit. Let's. Can you hear that okay? Emma Rivera, evening song. Night. Emma Rivera. I was remiss in not saying who the composer was. I was actually by Fernando Sfor, who is one of the major composers of guitar, the guitar repertoire, if you will. Same as Beethoven or Mozart for orchestral writing. He was a huge writer for the guitar genre, and so we're really starting to, Emma really ventured into playing some heady stuff there. So great job to Emma. Next, we're going to play a duet. Now, obviously, there's more than 2 people up here, but we're going to divide the ensemble into roughly 2 parts. So this just requires some ensemble precision. It does get into learning some new notes. They have to learn some about accidentals, some sharps, and some different notes they hadn't been playing. So this is the entire ensemble on playtime. What's that? Right. Remember, we do not repeat the top. We do repeat the bottom. Yeah, thank you for reminding us of that. Go to strings up. Don't rush. I give you 3 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Individualized type of thing. We're actually going to combine our 2 advanced guitars together for a very challenging duet. This is entitled The Little Prince. So I'm just going to kind of place it halfway between the 2 of you. I'll just kind of share. Wes, it's a little closer. Yeah. That's about half. All right. Emma Rivera and Vargas, our advanced guitarist. A little early. Speaking of our advanced guitarists, as we have already talked about across all the ensembles, we did try to recognize, all of these students are deserving of great recognition, but we tried to, honor showing above and beyond. And so, which definitely these two ladies did. We had some others. So if you received an award for being in our guitar class today, would you please stand? And that's our two advanced guitarists and one of our soloists, Dr. Lindsay. Thank you all so much for being out here tonight and celebrating the hard work and achievements of all of our musicians tonight across both bands, the chorus, and these students that you see up here tonight. So thank you very much for supporting that and coming out and helping us celebrate that. It's been a great year. We're looking for even bigger and better things for those of you who are returning to the junior high. If you're moving on to the senior high, I hope you continue with what you're already doing on the senior high level. Thank you so much. We're going to close tonight with a piece that, again, highlights single line melody with interjected chords. This is entitled Long, Long Ago. Thank you very much. Nice job, guys. Let's finish strong. By the way, don't rush. Put the strings up. One, two, ready, and... Everyone, please stand. Thank you all. Please drive safe. Have a good night.